Should you save your first kiss until marriage?
Hi friends!
I'm Dion.
I'm Hannah.
We've been married for about 5 years now. Last video we talked about the idea of the one. You can click right about here to see our thoughts. If you have any questions about dating or marriage or relationships in general, type them down in the comments below and maybe we'll answer them in a future video.
We actually have a bonus question as well. If you could go back and get married sooner, would you? So make sure you stick around.
Wow. Hannah, have you ever known somebody that's actually done that?
I don't know if I actually know anyone that did.
You know what's really funny is actually my youth pastor growing up did save his first kiss. Maybe he kissed a girl before his wife, but like their first kiss was on their wedding day and it was probably the funniest thing ever. I really respected that he did that. I thought it was really adorable. But
something that we should answer is, did we save our first kiss till marriage?
Nope.
We both had kissed people before we met each other, and then I remember you met me and you talked about how you weren't going to kiss anybody else until the day of your wedding. This was before we were dating. And then we started dating and you were like, no, we're not gonna kiss. And then you kissed me. Has our opinion changed? Because clearly we didn't care back then. But has our opinion changed?
Well, first of all, both of us have gone through forms of abuse. Let's address the idea behind saving your kiss. I think the idea behind it is keeping yourself pure, which is not a bad thing. Is kissing the dirty thing to do? Is that the line that you cross? And I think my dad actually gave me a really good analogy. You can get in a car and sit in a car without a license, but you shouldn't be turning the car on, driving it around without your license. Your license is your marriage license.
So I know while we were dating, we really didn't have anyone who discipled us in like what it meant to be in like a good, godly relationship. So we really didn't have like a healthy perspective on relationship. Honestly, after we got married, that's when I really started learning about love and intimacy and things like that, including like what it should look like in a dating relationship. So it's kind of unfortunate that it happened after we were already married. To be honest, with everything that I've learned, with knowing what our experiences have been with each other and with other people, seeing other people's relationships and how things have worked out for other people, and also just listening to good, godly wisdom and counsel, I will definitely say that my opinion has changed.
It may surprise you, but my opinion has changed as well. If we had been in healthy situations, I think it would have been okay if we had kissed, but we weren't.
I gotta be honest, I don't think I totally agree with you.
Ooh.
1 Timothy 5, 1 and 2. Never speak harshly to an older man, but appeal to him respectfully as you would to your own father. Talk to younger men as you would to your own brothers. Treat older women as you would your mother, and treat younger women with all purity as you would your own sister.
You telling me I just told them to kiss their sister?
You are literally supposed to treat each other as fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters. And if you wouldn't be doing that with your father, mother, brother, or sister, you shouldn't be doing it with the person that you're dating.
I don't think it's possible to start making out with somebody without there being a more sexual bent to it. Any person that you have a relationship with, treat them like they're going to be somebody else's spouse. For all intents and purposes, you don't know you're going to marry that person. And if you violate those boundaries and those sexual boundaries in a dating relationship, when there are so many strings attached, where there are so many exit doors, you leave yourself vulnerable. Look, hey, the reality is like, you should not be walking around super strict and legalistic about like, we can't kiss, we can't do this, we can't blah, 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 blah. But look, you should have a serious conversation. I'd really like to kiss you, I really like you, but I think we should hold off. That's an easy conversation. It doesn't have to be like, if you do this, we're done. Or if you slip up and you accidentally, if you guys wind up kissing, like we were just hanging out and we just kissed. Don't beat yourself up. Like, look, hey, I'm sorry. We should have respected that boundary. It's clear that we like each other. Let's keep getting to know each other. But then that's when you should start having commitment conversations. Like, how far are you guys actually looking to go? Because a dating relationship shouldn't be just to be fooling around. If you're dating somebody, just to get something from them, how dare you? People are not a resource for you to take from.
In our modern world, we have a really big misconception about what love is. And that is a conversation for another video.
You're
We do
right.
not have time to get into that now. I just want to say, like, if you haven't saved your first kiss till marriage, we didn't. If you've made other mistakes in the past, we have, you are not condemned. I do not want you to walk away from this video feeling condemned. This is what we have learned through reading scripture, through being discipled by people who are older and wiser than us, through our own experience and through looking at the experience of others. What I've found, having any sort of like intimate physical contact with someone that isn't your spouse only does more harm than good. And so if we could go back and not kiss until marriage, honestly, I think that that's the choice that I would make.
I'm with you on that one.
It would be difficult.
It would be really difficult because I like kissing her. The boundaries that you break before marriage affect the marriage you have. If you've been abused or you've broken boundaries or someone broke boundaries with you, doesn't mean that your marriage is screwed. But it does mean that you're gonna have to work through that stuff. Don't add more to the pile to work through. Bonus question!
Okay.
Go.
Bonus question. If we could go back and get married sooner, would we?
No. Here's why. Hannah was just in the month that she graduated college, she moved out of state and got married and graduated all in the same month. We got married as soon as we could.
Well, yes. Okay, that is part of it. We couldn't get married sooner, but quite frankly, even if we could, I feel like this is very similar to the question, if you could go back and change the past, would you do it? No. I believe that our past experiences help shape us into the people that we are, especially if we give that over to God. I think that we needed to be long distance for those 2 years, almost 2 years. I think that really helped our relationship. Quite frankly, I was just coming out of my abusive relationship when I met you, and so I needed that time on my own to be able to work through things. You know, we both had things that we had to work through.
I absolutely 100% agree. I think you've answered it well.
If any of you have any other questions that you want us to answer, leave them in the comments below.
Please hit subscribe. It really does help us out. The last video got 17 likes and that was amazing. Thank you guys so very much. If you see other people's comments, comment on their comments. Talk to each other. It's okay.
Bye!